I'm gonna give it a go to talk about ego for a little bit. Like, I noticed, because I talk to so many people, like people write to me on Instagram, on Facebook, and they want help. They notice that I want to help people with, you know, whatever I can. Training, mental health, weight loss, fasting, stuff like that. And I notice with people that they think a lot about what I think about them. And they think that I think a lot about what they think about me. But I don't give a shit. You know, it's nice to get along and everything. But I guess when you have a strong ego, it's hard to understand that someone else doesn't. And what I mean by ego, people don't really... To me, it's so clear. You know, I know exactly what an ego is. But... Yeah, let me think for a while and maybe cut away 10 seconds. Like, ego is like that voice in your head that's... Like, for instance, this is not ego. It's a nice summer day, but you're inside and it's cool. But you open the door and you go out and you feel the sun on your skin. And you just know this is good, it's nice weather. You don't think logically, the sun is shining, therefore it must be hot outside, or something like that. You just know it. But the ego is the voice. Do you get me? When you start, if I say something and you start, what did he mean by that? Maybe he thinks I'm weak, or he thinks I don't care about it. That voice you need to stop listening to. Like, when I told you about my panic attacks, that's the thing. I remember at work, the first one, like, it's a physical feeling first. That's the weird thing with a panic attack. Like, the feeling becomes before the threat, quote unquote, instead of the other way around, like it's supposed to be. But then my ego keeps saying, you can't be, no one can notice this. It's going to be awful if people, it's so strange. It's just a normal work day. Why are you feeling like this? People are going to want to know. Everyone is going to see that you're feeling. And the thing is, yeah, it kind of makes sense that you don't like something like that. But think that you have a heart attack at work. And you're not unhealthy. Say something, I don't know, maybe not that hard, something that makes an ambulance has to come, but it's not your fault. Maybe you have food poisoning, severe food poisoning or something. And you wouldn't be really ashamed of being sick, right, or poisoned. And it's kind of the same with mental health. Maybe you carry some responsibility, have bad habits or something, but... when it happens there, like, what are you supposed to do? You shouldn't have panic, you shouldn't feel bad right now. Come on. So the ego, people, the voice in their head makes them think, in my case, the people I coach and different things, the voice in their head makes them think that I am judging them when I talk harshly to them. But I'm just telling them the truth. I don't care. They can basically tell me they murdered someone, as long as they don't sound like a sociopath, still not. Well, it's kind of, you know, but say they say I used to beat people up just for, you know, I had rage, just for no reason. Like, I see it's wrong. That was wrong. But if you see that too and you feel remorse about it, you know, why should I get upset about it? You know that you did wrong. It's all about knowing what's wrong and right about yourself too. And so people... when they think they're getting judged from other people, it's from in here. It's your ego that's judging you. And the ego, it's not only judgment. The ego can seem, that's why the ego is such a dangerous thing. And like, the ego is Satan. You know, if God is that thing I said in the beginning, with feeling the sun and just knowing this is nice, this is good, pleasant weather, then the ego is the other one that fools you, deceives you. Like I said, my ego is dead. It's, you know, I can still hear it, if that makes sense, but I notice it. I know my ego. So like yesterday, I caught myself thinking, it's gonna be cool to have have a good reputation. Like, people are going to think you're so cool, Theo. Like, you work out, you look good, you're so open, and yeah, you're such a special guy. I found myself thinking about stuff like that, and then I noticed my ego is trying to make this about me being so great, but it's not about that, you know. So I caught myself, and then I just let that go, and like, yeah, if that happens, you know, I can enjoy it, but it's not what it's about, you know. Oh, and I had some other example. Maybe I'll pause the video once more. I think I might have wrote it. Oh, it was probably in my computer. I wrote it down, but I had some similar thought. Yeah, I remember now, because after I talked to so many people, and they were. I was up late this night because quite a few people wrote to me, and I answered by voice memo. By the way, you can always try and write to me, and I'll probably answer in voice memo. You can write, but yeah, the thought was, because I compare myself to Jesus sometimes, and I don't mean it like I'm the one Son of God, I'm the chosen one. I mean, like, in the nature, not being angry, being zen, fasting, doing what's right, not having sex out of wedlock. I mean, I'm not saying I do all these things perfect, but what I strive for, you know, I know that's the true thing. But yesterday I caught myself thinking that maybe I am like the chosen one, you know. And, you know, thoughts like that, if you believe them, they can drive you, they can make you into a not very nice person to be around. But now, so I had two ego thoughts yesterday, but it's all about noticing the lie being told to yourself in your head, and just saying, I'm not falling for that. So maybe I want to talk more about the ego, because it's complex, but to me it's almost like I can see it in my brain, if that makes sense. Hopefully, it's something that you can't be told about. It's one of those things. I'll see if this saying is even available in English, but it's like, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can make the horse drink the water. And it's a little bit like that now. Like, I'm putting it out there. Like, this is something that exists. Maybe you can't see it, but it exists, and you should start looking for it, and maybe you'll be able to change. Yeah, and that's what I did. I realized. So it's not a judgment. If you feel like I'm telling you something that that's your ego telling you, not me. Your ego feels upset, feels offended, but you don't have to. You can just hear me say. You don't even have to agree. You can just hear me, and just let it go in through one ear and out the other. And hopefully that was a good introduction to ego, and I'll see you guys later. Please comment, subscribe, like, recommend me to friends if you like what I say. I see some of you, I get really happy seeing it. Like, some people really like what I do. And that's the thing, I have a small following, but the followers I do get, I have a high percentage that understand what it's all about. They sense something in me, and they can see that I made a change for the better, and I want to do the same. And yeah, I'll be happy to help you with that, but you gotta drop the ego. All right, see ya. Please comment, subscribe, recommend me to friends. Help me out to grow. Let's make people healthy again. All right.